Donna, welcome in, welcome in. All right, guys. So listen, accumulation is key to everything, guys. So if you're out there and you want to learn how to actually do anything, baby, you want to fire up that music on there over there, baby. Ah, just so that I have some noise I can listen to. So accumulation is key to basically making all the real profits, right? It doesn't matter, when a coin does, any of its moves up and down, right? You guys are too caught up in the areas of support, resistance, all-time highs, and all that good jazz. Now, the system that I've been using over the last 5 years that I created is called accumulation. And I haven't, I've taught trading and educated people on trading, and I've taught people a lot of things about their own system, right? Meaning that let's say you're a trader and you're learning support, resistance, and you have all these things that you're getting educated on. And normally what you do is you use a something like a 4-hour time frame, and in a 4-hour time frame you have these areas of support, resistance, and stuff like that. And then you go through a coin, and what you try to do is very simple, complex thing is you decide when there's support and resistance, and when you see a retest, you take a position, etc., etc., and that's how you try to make money, right? Now, over the time period, I've created and developed systems like you see this little green zone here. Now, let me just kind of clean this up a little bit for you here. We're going to go into here, and you can see here that there's this green area here that's all profit, right? You see that? See these two little things that turn green? And what this is I have a system that's set up that literally just sends you an email, right? So here, see right there? You get an email that tells you to buy in this position. And the beautiful thing about this is you set your buy in, there's nothing to it, and you end up with this beautiful, beautiful run here on Ethereum that actually went over 70%, right? Now, the key here for us is accumulation is about making 30% profits on your gains, right? 30% is all you need to have. Now, when you hit for 70 and so forth, it's crazy. Now, let me explain something to you. This is a natural move here that went 69% average, right? And it's not even using my accumulation master course, which is how to take that and actually make it 700%. This 69% move is actually a 700 to 1400% trade. So if you don't know what I mean by that, then you need to send me an email, right? And your email is at vccryptonation@gmail. So vccryptonation, right? vccryptonation@gmail, right? Send me an email and ask me what I mean there. What I mean there is I have a system that I show you that is very low risk, that takes 69 to 70% gains and turn them into 1400%. Now let me explain something to you when I'm saying this. What it means is in order for my system of accumulation to actually work, what you really need on Ethereum is a 1% move. So you need this tiny move right here. So when this alert, when you got an email, right? Let's put this in perspective here. When you actually got an email, you needed to get in right here, and you needed the coin to get to right here. This little bitty section here is the only section that you needed to make 30% right there. 30%. This is 30% gains right there. 30% gains. Right? That's insane. Right? That's how much of this beautiful long super trade that we have here actually made, right? So if you guys are interested in getting my system that sends you an email, right? It sends you literally an email that tells you how to buy right here, this area right there, and gives you all this profit from here to there. That's the beauty of it, right? The best part is this little part right here is what we use in our accumulation systems, right? So let me explain accumulation to you, and just so you understand what I'm talking about. You see here, see how we're up 60% over here, All right, you see that? See that little section there I just highlighted? All right, we're up 60%, right? You see this? I'm highlighting this area over here. You see this? Highlight bottom right. All right, so here, and this is a trade that we just did. We're shorting Ethereum. I don't care what Ethereum goes up or down. It doesn't matter to me. This is a very simple margin trade at $865. And all I really wanted to make was 30%. But since I'm a seasoned veteran here, I doubled up my percentage here so I can make 60% on my money versus 30 because I've been doing my system for a very long time. And I know the guy who created it, and he's personally taught me how to take advantage of trading. So that's the beautiful thing. When you have connections, you get lucky and guys teach you how to make money. But what I want to tell you guys is I want to show you how to use the same exact system so that you can take advantage of the system and make the same gains. And what I have to do here, guys, is the best part about the system is always have your stop loss set up. Make sure you modify your stop loss, that you're always taking profits, because it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you don't take profits, then at the end of the day, what was the point of being so good at trading? So let me modify that again just to make sure that my goal here is to make $1,600. I'm going to actually move this up to $2,000, and then my minimum is $381. So no matter what, I'm shooting for $2,000, but I'll take $300-400 at the end of the day, right? So that's where we're at as far as this entire trade here. So always make sure you adjust your stop losses to get what you want. The 300 is what we were shooting for our accumulation phase. Everything else is bonuses. I'm gonna let this run a little bit more here because it is the weekend and we're expecting a nice little continuation here. But this is what we're doing here, just to show you that we do it live. I teach live, and this trade here, you could be doing this trade with me, up $560 some if you were in my classes and my courses, because this is a live trade that I'm doing right now. And let me explain accumulation to you, right? So, and what accumulation is, it's very simple, and I'm going to take you over here to a calculator. Now, for instance, let's say that you have a coin that doesn't go up or down, right? And or doesn't ever reach its all-time high. And what I mean by that is if we pick any coin in the world, we're going to be in the same scenario, right? Let's figure out, let's take a look at Ethereum on a daily chart here, right? And you can see here I make a lot of money trading Ethereum, even though it doesn't matter to me. But you can see here throughout time, let me get a coin that's not so, one I don't really beat up that much. Let's go with, what's a coin that doesn't really do much? Let's go with Matic. Matic is a coin that everybody speculated to be outrageously amazing, yada yada, and you know, it's going to be the next blah blah blah. But you can see here there's some ranges here in Matic, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up a little bit and get rid of all these, you know, support and resistance zones. And I want to take you from day one here and really kind of show you what accumulation means, right? So in this coin here on the daily chart, right, we can see here that we have one section of the coin here, and I'm going to use a tool called, let's see if we can find our tool here. This is a where is it? It's called the parallel channel, right? A parallel channel is basically, you ever hear people talk about, okay, the coin is bouncing in its channel, okay? But what that basically means is that it has a top and a bottom section, right? So you can see here that this is the parallel channel for what we call Matic, the coin Matic, right? And you can see here it goes up to here. This is the bottom of the channel. This is the top. See how this finds the middle? And it's weird how it magically finds the 50% mark, and then it retests the top of the channel, and then it makes its way down, and right here it breaks through the support of the middle of the channel, and guess what? Oh, it retouches the bottom of the channel. Then it goes back up to what? The middle of the channel, which is resistance. It fights it, and oh, it breaks through, right? And there's a push. Then it comes back and it retests it and it falls through. And guess what, guys? It comes back down and touches the bottom of the channel again. And then what does it do, right? Then it starts to move back up. And let me see here. Let me delete that. Let me get to where I can grab things. I'm going to delete these so that we can see this. Oh, control. If you guys ever in Control Z, yeah. If you guys are ever using your trading view and you make a mistake, just make sure you just Control Z everything, and that'll clean up your mess. Okay, so here we go. So now back to the paintbrush. You can see that it retests the middle the entire time. It breaks through slightly, and guess what it did? It went back and touched the bottom of the channel. So this is a time period here of April in 2021 all the way to the current day, August 2024. Now, if you were a person that was buying into this particular coin, then what would happen here is you would have basically, let's say that at any time you bought this coin, right? Doesn't matter when you bought it, right? So make sure you understand what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm telling you. Doesn't matter when you bought this coin. If you would have bought this coin, okay, in the very beginning, and you got in here at the bottom of the channel, okay, and you were still holding this coin today. Let's say you put $10,000 in on April 21st or April of 2021. And today, which is August of 2024, you would have the exact same money as you entered. So you've held this coin for 3 years and 6 months. And you have the exact same amount of money that you started with. And this is why I try to teach people that, you know, people who tell you to hodl, do not understand investing or how to make money. And it's just people hoping for what? They're hoping that you hodl, and that accumulates more investors, which eventually means that the price has no choice but to go up, go up, go up, and eventually go to the moon, right? And what I'm here to tell you, you can look at every stock crypto in the world. It doesn't work that way, okay? That type of theory is only valid over a decade, right? After a decade, an asset could have the opportunity to then gravitate to higher levels. But every 10 years on average, it's a slow margin of from where it starts, right? So during the time period, you are losing massive amounts of wealth. Okay, massive amounts of wealth you're losing because you are not accumulating properly and doing what's necessary to put yourself in a position to see the 67, the 70% gains, so forth and so forth. So what you're doing is you're just holding on to an asset that is not giving you any returns through this entire period, right? It's just going up and down, and it's meaningless. And the sad part is it all goes right back to where it started. So let me show you what I mean by accumulation system. This is Making Trading Easy's accumulation system. This is a system I designed 10 years, what year are we in? Over 10 years ago. And this is how I've been trading my entire life. It's a very systematic system because people fail, systems don't. Let that sink in. People fail, systems don't. Right? And that's what I want to explain to you. Okay? The fact that people fail and systems don't. That's really what this is all about. Okay? Now, that is the simplest thing to understand. That it's very simple. When you have a system, your success rate is way higher than when you don't. Okay? And if you rely on people, then what happens is you end up in situations where people fail a lot of the times, which is why there's so much failure out there, right? But you have to fail to reach success. That's kind of like normal life. All right, so let's get into this very simply. The system is called accumulation. Okay, this is a system I designed, and it's based on numbers, right? It's mathematically driven because numbers don't lie. I don't know if you ever heard about that, but numbers don't lie. And this is how simple this is, right? It's very simple. Let me break it down on a calculator. So let's say, let's go back to Matic. Matic is currently 40 cents, right? So let's just do any coin. Let's do some simple math here. So this way you guys are not confused. Let's say that you have a coin that costs $1, okay? And you have $1,000, right? So let's say you're going to invest $1,000, okay? And then you can multiply that times 10 when we're done. So let's take $1,000. Let's divide that by a coin that costs $1. And we all know that means that you would get 1,000 coins, right? So if you take that $1,000 token and you buy it for $1. Now what I'm going to put in here is the ups and the downs of both scenarios so that you can understand why I designed this system to basically have a 100% win scenario. So this way you cannot have, the risk is like literally 1%. And the reason why is because nothing is foolproof. And at the end of the day, your investment or whatever you're investing in could disappear. Meaning that if you invested in McDonald's and McDonald's decided to go bankrupt and you didn't know, well, you'd lose all your money. If Tesla decides to go bankrupt, you'd lose all your money. So at the bottom line is, I can't guarantee you what you're investing is going to not go bankrupt. Or if you're investing in crypto, I cannot guarantee you that that coin will not get rug pulled and disappear. That, if you want to ask me what I'm investing in, that's a whole nother course. And you can, when you're in my academy, you can ask me what I'm investing in, but nothing is 100% safe. So there is a 1% chance that you could lose you lose yourself in this. But mathematically, the system that I have is designed to make sure that you cannot lose your investment, because based on numbers, it is there to protect you from these mayhems. Now let me explain. So, and it's very simple. So we have a $1 coin. We get it for $1,000. We get 1,000 coins. Now, as you can see, the system that I teach is designed to teach you how to make gains that are on average 30%. Now, what that means is, when I teach you how to make money, I show you a trading system that teaches you how to average 30% per gains, right? Right here you're seeing 66% gains right here. So what this is about is teaching you how to get email alerts and things that tell you, if you can see it here on Ethereum, right? So just for giggles over here, you see all these red and green boxes. You see this green box here. And I'm just going to open this up. This is, this is XRP, for instance, right? So in this particular area here, XRP has a green area. And you can see that during this green section, it went up 7%. Well, just so you know, that 7% would actually mean that every percent you see is minimum of a 10% times 10. So a 7% move, this is almost 8% move. An 8% move, we'll say 7, it doesn't matter. A 7% move in my system is actually minimum 70%. So what I'm saying is, my system is this: for every 1% a coin or stock move, well, crypto, I'm only doing crypto. For every 1% a crypto coin moves, you receive 10 times the amount of profit. So 1% is equal to 10. So 7% would be equal to 70. So in this moment here, you've made 70%. Here's another green section on XRP. This was worth 22, so that's 10 times that. That's 220. Actually, I'm sorry. This coin went for 49, so this is 500%. This move over here, you see how this goes from red to green? You see that right there, red to green? All right, you see right here, red to green, 15%, that's 150%. So it's very easy to get 30% on your money, because the system I designed is actually sending you email alerts that allows you to make 40 to 150 to 300%, sometimes 800% on your gains. So what that means is, when you take an average of, let's say, 10 trades, the average of 10 trades will be this. 5 of those trades will go for 200%. 3 of those trades will go for 400% plus. And the rest of those trades will average 50%. So even if you had, let's just say, half of those trades, let's say 55 out of 10 trades did 0%, meaning you broke even, right? We show you how to do that. The other 5 of those trades made 50%, okay? So on average, that means your risk, which is the average trade is 100 to 300%, that means the trade would have to fail and only make 25% of its average, right? And we've taken out 5 of the 10 trades and said they already failed. So at the end of the day, the 30% that you're making on your trade is already at a 10% possibility, meaning that we're taking 90% of the actual trade and saying that it's not going to happen, and we're taking 10% of the possibilities. So that means our law of average, or the possibility of our trade hitting the mark that we need, which is a simple 3% move, is basically 97% of the time you will hit your trade. Okay? And if we cut that in half, that means 43% of the time you will hit your trade. So this is why the system is so great, is because we're not trying to get the greatest trades out there every time. We're taking 10% of the average to make sure that we're always successful. And I will go in that in the academy a little bit more so that you understand it's taking all the risk out of it. It means this: if we know a trade is going to have an average move of 4%, we take 1% of the trade as a target, because that's 25% of the actual possibility. That means that trade can do half of what it's supposed to do, and we're still going to hit our target. Or if it did 25% of what it's supposed to do, we're still going to hit its target. The indicators that I use in the system that I have designed is designed to get you in trades that average 75% higher than what you need to have done. So that means 25% of your target is already putting you at a 25% possibility. Get it? So if you needed to make $100 and my system called out trades that consistently on average made $500 or $400, and you only needed to make 100, you only had to do 25% of the average, you're going to see the success you want, because it's a normal thing. Get it? You're not trying to make the $400 trade. You're taking the $100 profit, not being greedy, and taking the highest percent possibility. Okay? That's the first thing that makes this system so successful. Okay. The second thing that makes that so successful is we designed, created settings, and made indicators that actually tell you when to make these trades at the highest probability and the right time to enter a trade, so that your likelihood of hitting those trades are raised hundreds of times better than what you can do on your own, right? So these indicators are based on the system that I designed, which is all about volume, price action, and actual people buying coins. And this is why it's so successful. But now let me explain to you what accumulation is, right? So it's a lot better than, you can see here, this is a live trade. We're up, bottom right, we're up 70% on this Solana short. We're up $600 on this one trade, right? So most people work all week for $600. I got in this trade about an hour ago. So it's very simple. I spent an hour today to make what most of you guys make in a week, right? Now keep in mind, that's just one trade of the day, right? Now, if I did this one trade a day and I did 4 trades a week, this is most of your guys' weekly salary, right? So this is a live trade just to show you that this is what we do every day. It's very simple. But let me show you the accumulation part, because this is what matters, right? It doesn't matter about coins going up or down or how good I am at that. The whole system is designed to understand accumulation. So this is how my system and my process teaches you the true fundamentals of profitability inside the crypto network. It is not about all-time highs. It is not about what the price of the coin is. It is simply about accumulating more coins. Okay, let's go back to the calculator. So listen to what I'm saying. If anything here makes you say, you know what, no one's ever explained it to me this way, and I need to take this course, you need to send me a Gmail at vccryptonation@gmail. vccryptonation@gmail. Okay, there's limited spaces in the classes because most of the time we have one-on-one courses, and that's what makes my course unique, is I don't just give you videos to watch. I actually jump in and teach you. So this 6-month section here of trading that I'm going to be doing over the next 6 months, we'll be doing these courses. After March, I do not work in the crypto space. I will be gone until next September, or as my boy normally says, be gone till November. We'll be gone till November. So understand that this system is designed, and the reason why I'm talking about it now is because anyone could have taught you how to make crypto money when coins like Solana were $8, and I told you to put 10,000 in, but you probably didn't listen, and it hit 200. You'd already be a millionaire, right? The thing about that is Solana's not going back to $8. Solana's going to average $100 to $130 and up. Okay, you're not going to get Solana at $8, $10, 14, or 20 ever again. So which means you've lost the opportunity to make those 20 to 40 to 50x or even 100x gains on projects that will reach $200 or $300. Okay, so now this is where it becomes that it's absolutely critical that you understand the price of the coin doesn't matter, because it's in crypto they add circulating supply, which diminishes the profit gains on where they're at, and it stops coins from getting to their all-time highs because they're printing more coins, so it takes more capital to raise the coin's price. So you're not going to see a coin go from $14 to $300, $400. It's just not going to happen in the coming future. Those times have become very limited. And if you fail to get into crypto back in 2017, 2018, 2019, and definitely 2021, when everybody was making millions of dollars, well, you're just a little late to the party, even though you're still early on blockchain technology. So let me explain why it's important to learn this system that I teach, is because the price of the coin does not matter and all-time highs do not matter. Okay? So what we're going to take a look here is a very simple thing that we have, and it's going to be based on accumulation. Okay, so it doesn't matter what a coin costs, doesn't matter how it goes, but let me show you what this is. So we have 1,000 coins, right? So we have $1,000. We buy a coin that's $1, keeping the math real simple, and then we do an average of 4 trades per month. Okay, not a lot of trades. I'm probably going to do 1 trade a day, maybe, on average 7 trades a week, right? Because sometimes I do 2 or 3 trades a day. So on average, I'll do 7 trades a week. So I do about 28 trades a month. Now, most people will do half of that, so we'll say 14 trades. We'll cut that in half and say 7 trades a month. Okay, so I'm going to cut that in half and say now you're at the half of the half of the half, which means you are barely ever trading, and you're just playing with the family and the kids, and you're not doing anything except your normal life. You just want to invest in something that brings you back money. So let me explain how you can do that. This is designed for people sitting at home who have a couple extra $1,000 and they just want to make life-changing money without looking at charts 24/7. You get an email alert from my system. It tells you that there's a trade happening. You go and take $1,000 and you purchase your coins. Okay? They're $1 each. You have $1,000. Gives you $1,000 coins. You get your 30% of your 1,000 coins, which means that you would make 30 coins. Okay? Now, if you have your 30 coins, right? because let's say the coin is still $1 and you get 30% on your investment, that's 30 more coins. Okay, very simple. Now you sell that position, you have 30 coins, and you do this 4 times a month, which equals 120 coins. Okay? Now, once you do this, let's say that you do this for 12 months, that would be 1440. That means you made 1,440 extra coins. Now, remember, you started with 1,000 coins, right? So this means on your investment, if the coin remained at $1 where you bought it, no change up or down, it is dead even. It is the same price that you bought it. Remember Matic? You bought it here and it's here now. So even if you bought it and it never changed prices, right? The accumulation system has given you 1,440 more coins. And at $1, that means you have made $1,440. That is 150% on your money in a year. Let me say that again for you. If you invest in stocks in the S&P 500, you average 7 to 10% per year. If you have a hedge fund and you pay someone at a bank or BlackRock or any of these other companies to trade your money, you average 7 to 10% on your money. If you put your money in a savings account, a bond account, an IRA, you average 7 to 10% on your money. This system that I just showed you that you got an asset that did not go up and it did not go down, and you made 150% on your money. The reason why it's important that I say that is because let's say that coin Matic lost 50% of its value and went down to went down to 50 cents. That means if you're a bad investor and you picked a really shitty investment and you lost half of your money during that process, you would have still accumulated over 700 coins, which means you would have made 70% on your investment. And let's divide this by 2. That means you have made 72% on your money. And the investment has gone down by 72%. That's pretty crazy, right? That's insane. That is how it protects you. Even if you're a terrible investor, it has accumulated enough money to basically save you, right, from your bad investment and make sure that you at least walked away with 20 to 30% profit on your coin, even if it's worth half its value. Now, eventually, that coin will go back up, hopefully, or whatever you invested in. But at the end of the day, even if you picked a terrible project, you still would have made 22 to 25% on your money in that year. And hopefully, you do better at picking projects, right? And if you don't know what projects to pick, we actually give you a list of the top 20 coins, and we actually call out coins that we are trading so that you understand. Rule of thumb is to only trade the top 10 coins or top 20 on the main list so that you're ensured that those coins are actually there. And by now on crypto market, we have over 200 coins that are definitely going to be in that section. We have 100 coins that are definitely going to be in that section. And we have 10 coins that we can look at and go, there's a 95% probability these coins have survived the last 10 years, are probably still going to be here, right? You have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and these other coins, right? So it'd be really hard to mess this up when it comes to that scenario. But you always have to have all the information to make sure you're not doing stupid things, like buying Pepe. So let's get back to this and make it times 2. Now, what I want to also show you is this, right? Now, hopefully you're not just investing all your money in one place, because you have to learn how to not put all your eggs in one basket. You need to stretch them out. And the other thing that we teach during this course is how to have multiple bags going on, moon bags, so that even if one gets rug pulled or something happens that's unpredicted, you will still survive on your other bags, right? So let me explain. Part of this accumulation phase is the education of how to increase your bags and allow you the opportunity to not lose money. So for instance, every time without any compounding, right? Compounding is a part of our strategy which allows you to increase what you're doing, right? So what this means is after you make 4 trades, well actually after you make 3 of these trades, remember we average 50 to 150%. That means when you do 3 of these trades, you're actually not going to make just 30% per trade. You're probably going to average around 60%, twice as much. So in reality, when you do 30 coins in a month, the reality is that's probably going to be twice as big, right? It's going to be about 60 coins or 30 coins per trade. It's probably going to be more like 60. So what that means is when you do three trades, right, you're going to average 30 coins on 3 trades, right? That's going to put you in a situation where oh, we're cranking over. Look at this, 90% on our unrealized gains. Gotta love it, boys. Let's go, pay the piper. But what that means is this. That means once you accomplish 3 trades, the coins that you were building on, remember, you're averaging 30%, right? And what I want you guys to understand this: if you have $1,000, right? And this is kind of where, if you're listening here, you're gonna see something that's gonna blow your mind right now. If you have 1,000 coins, okay, and if you take 30% of 1,000 coins, that is actual 300 coins, okay? Now, during this time here, this is how much per trade you would actually make. 30% is 3,000 coins. I actually took 10% of the 30% that you would make, which is easy to do, and I bring this coins down. I'm sorry, 1,000 coins. 30% of 1,000 coins is 300 coins. Okay. During this tutorial, I said that you would only make 30 coins. So the reality is the 1440 that you actually have at the end of the year would be times 10. Because the way I was calculating is that if you were the worst trader that ever lived and you sucked at everything that I taught you, and you were the worst thing that ever walked through my course, you did 10% of the average of 99% of what we do. You still would average 150% gains. You like that? Let that sink in. Let them fathom in that. So I do that because a lot of people are skeptic on numbers, and a lot of people want to sell you this dream that you're going to hit 100x on every trade and it's going to the moon. And you guys are so caught up in the BS of the moon. And then when people try to teach you something, you're like, nah, I can never do that. Well, the beauty of it is, if you had 1,000 coins and you did 30%, that means that every trade you would make 300 coins, right? I broke it down even less, and I said you would make 10% of what you should average, which is only 30. That times 12 is 1440, right? That's what we were talking about. So 30 coins times 4 trades a week times 12 months is 1440, right? That means you did 10% of the 25% of what you're supposed to do. That means you're terrible. And everyone was like, man, 150%, that's amazing. Well, here, reality check. If you actually do the system correctly and you made 300 coins, which is 30% of 1,000, and you did that 4 times a month, let me blow your mind, and you did that 12 times a month, okay? That means that your $1,000 investment at $1 a coin would turn into 1,400, or actually 14,000 coins, right? Let me do that again for you. If you had 1,000 coins for $1,000 and you made 30% on that, which is 300 coins per trade, you do that times 4 trades a month. times 12 months a year. That means you have 14,400 extra coins at the end of the year, which means you turned your $1,000 into $14,000. Do I got your attention now? And if you suck at what you do, and you're terrible at following the system that I teach you, you still would make 150%, which would be $1,440. Get it? Did I get your attention now? That's the beauty of what I do, man. So listen, if you want information on this, hit vccryptonation@gmail and get in. There's limited space. Hit me up. Get yourself an accumulation course so you can understand. Because the beauty of this course is that $14,400 is actually 10 times more when you do the system. Because I haven't even taught you compounding and how to grow. And what I mean by that, VC, what do you mean by that? No, it means this. If you have 1,000 coins and you do 30% on 1,000 coins, that's 300 coins. And if you do 1 month of trading, right, that's 1,200 coins, right? So let's say you lost one of those trades, you didn't do well, and you actually ended up with, let's say 2 of those trades went bad, right? You only made 600 coins. That means in 2 months, if you did the same thing and you sucked and you blew it somehow, which makes no sense because we have an alert system, tells you what to trade, when to trade. We tell you what coins are going on. That means you have $1,200, okay? That means you started with 1,000, now you have 1,200, which means the trades that you're doing and the profits that you're making are now times 2, right? The very first time that you do it, you're going to take that $1,200 and you're going to take 1,000 of it, and you're going to basically start a second bag, a second coin option. You're going to take the other 200, you're going to put it in savings, because now you're starting to work back your original investment, which was $1,000. You have 200 in savings, and now you have $1,000 trading on one trade, $1,000 on another trade, right? So here we go. So after the first 2 months, going into your third month, you're not only making 600 coins if you only do half. 2 of the trades that you do out of the 4 are correct and the other 2 break even. That means at the end of the day, you're making 600 tokens times 2. That's 1,200 tokens a month. Get it? So now, every single month past that point, you are adding $200 to your savings account, which is now after 4 months, which is 400, and another $1,000 becomes another bag, which means what? That means at the end of the next month, the 4 month, you're going to add an additional 300 tokens, because you're going to have one bag at $1,000 making you 600 tokens, another 600, another 600. So at the end of the day, what do you have? 6, 12, you're going to have 1,800 tokens, okay? So now on the 1,800 tokens at the end of the 4th month, that you're going to take an additional $800 out and put that 800 in savings. And now your savings has got back your original $1,000 that you invested, and now it has an extra amount of money in there, which is accumulating to continue to hold, okay? Because that other $1,000 is going into another bag. So which means you have 600 tokens times 4 bags at the end of 4 months is 2,400 tokens. So by the 5th month, you have an extra $1,400 going into your savings and an extra $1,000 bag, which you increase every month. So basically, by the 8th month, you'll be making 600 tokens times 8, which is 4,800 tokens, right? So in reality, by the end of your year, 12 months, you would be making 600 tokens times 12, which is around 7,200 tokens per month, okay? Each token, if Matic stays at $1, is worth $1. So let's add this up. So 7,200 plus, we're going to take away 600, which basically would be here, would be 6,400 plus 5,800 plus 5,200 plus And what I'm doing is I'm taking 600 tokens away each time. Now remember, I'm taking 600 tokens away because out of the 4 trades you did in a month, 2 of them broke even and only 2 of them made 300 tokens. So it's 600 tokens. Get it? So this right here would be 4,600 plus 4,000 plus 3,400 plus 2,800 plus 2,200 tokens plus 14. That's where we're at. 14, right? No, this is 16. 1,600 tokens plus the original first month where you only made 1,200 tokens. That equals 44,400 tokens in a year. And that has nothing to do with what you've been pulling out for savings. These are just coins. So it doesn't matter if the coin you bought for $1 stays $1. You made $44,000 plus what's in savings. And you can do the math on that yourself because I'm tired of working the calculator. If you're interested in learning how to actually be a profitable trader and learning a system that shows you how to accumulate and make this money, I'm showing you live right here. Here's $724 off one trade, and that'll crush out. I'm trying to probably make 2,000 on this trade, but this is how you accumulate. If you're interested in actually learning how to be profitable in trading and learning a system that I've developed over the last 10 years, a master trading system, then you need to send me a Gmail and change your life, okay? Because here's the truth. Eventually, I'm going to be too drunk on a beach somewhere to ever teach my courses again. So you can watch the courses, but you'd probably want me to show you, explain to you how to use them. But at the end of the day, I'm going to put a system together and sell it on YouTube and all these other channels. And you'll see it everywhere, be in the magazines and everywhere, infomercials. And I personally will be on the video explaining it. But wouldn't you want to be the guy that actually got to talk to me live before I just left forever? Other than that, good luck, God bless, guys. If you're interested, make sure you shoot me that Gmail, vccryptonation@gmail. vccryptonation@gmail, vccryptonation@gmail. It's been a pleasure, guys. I hope you understand what I was saying. If not, send me an email and ask me. I'll be happy to help you. And don't forget, guys, there are things out there and projects that you should get into. If you were following my live or paying attention to anything, you would have known that I talked about a few projects out there, and one of them was called Shinobi Ninja. Now, the thing about Shinobi Ninja is I explained the other day, I was on a live literally yesterday, and I was telling you guys about new projects to get in, and I was putting, see this line here? This is an entry line here. Now, if you guys were on my live or followed me, you would have been able to catch this project, and this project did 35% since we talked about it, and people got excited about it, and their community got excited about it, and this has a real strong community, and they went out and created enough movement on their new AI sniper bot that they actually were able to move the coin by 35%. So if you were following and listening and got into that Telegram group, you probably would have found out, bought yourself some coins, and would have made 35%. It's that easy. Now, this is a long-term hold. This is where you want to make your 35%, take out your profits, and then you leave your initial in and let it keep working. And then that is another thing that you can do. That's a whole nother thing. But guys, if you haven't checked out the Shinobi Ninja token, it is a great project that is literally growing into a massive project. And the best part about it is, and I'll go over to their Telegram here. Go over to their Telegram, get some information. It's right here. Telegram is Shinobi Ninja token. But you can see right here, guys, they're very active. They're moving around. They do a lot of work, and they have a V4 sniper bot coming out, which helps you buy meme coins. But not only can you use their sniper bot to basically get into coins and learn and find coins and trade coins faster than any bot out there, faster than BongBot, faster than the Trojan bot, and all these other things. You can get out there They added another 300K this morning. And what happens is you can use these bots to buy all these coins and literally have the fastest trading bot out there. But more importantly, this community is always active. They're always out there. And it's one of the best communities that I've seen. I go into a lot of telegrams because before I invest into a project, I want to make sure that the telegram group has a bunch of people in it that are always active, having a good time. Because at the end of the day, if I'm going to invest money and make money in a project, I also want to make some friends and get to know some people and have positive people that are in a project that has a good idea. This is an AI trading bot. It has a massive utility. So if you want to check it out, you definitely want to go in there and go check out the fund. They give away tons and tons of tokens to guys who are They have a contest where you create videos for the token, and then you get to enter. You get 1,000 tokens. The winner gets 10,000 tokens. They're always doing something for the community, so it's always community driven. And hey, I tell you what, people make things happen, and when you have a community that wants to make something happen, that's what you want to get to know, because you will find some really good people in this community, and you will be able to advance yourself on there and get to a position where you start to see things that are out there. But if you followed my live the other day, you just made 32% on that. If you didn't, you might want to go check that out. Do your Dior. Like I always say, it's not investment advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. All right. But guys, if you're going to get into the trading course, make sure that you get a hold of me right away, because spots are going to fill up and we're going to get you all squared away. VC Crypto Nation. All right. Good to see you guys. Have a great day. Good luck. God bless. And we'll catch you guys on the other side. Get that money before it's too late.